Welcome back to Critico's Corner, unfiltered commentary, not your truth, the real truth. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back from Project Veritas. Now I'm going to say up front, and I've given this a lot of thought. I think this story and stories similar to this concerning the deep state and their coordination with mainstream media is a much, much bigger story in the long term than even the war in Ukraine and things like that. It will have an effect on this republic and its people, and even, we'll say, most of the world. Because if America destroys itself from the inside, that affects not just Americans, but billions of people around the world. And I believe that sincerely. So now that the war is going on, all the attention has gone to that and is being directed away from things like this. So let's take a look. This is really huge, by the way. And I'm going to leave a link to the Project Veritas article itself, and I'm not going to play the videos. They have their own YouTube channel as well, and it's on there if you want to see them. But let's scroll down. This is big. National security reporter who won a Pulitzer Prize, by the way. Actually, doesn't seem like a bad guy, even in his undercover videos that Project Veritas did. And James O'Keefe confronted him in today's video in New York, I imagine. And actually, he wasn't outrageous. So maybe this is one of the better of all the pieces of crap in New York Times and other media. Maybe he's one of the better players. Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times reporter January 6 media coverage overreaction. FBI involved. Event was not organized despite ongoing narrative. And he goes on, contradicts his own January 6 reporting, Matthew Rosenberg. There are a ton of FBI informants amongst the people who attacked the Capitol. Rosenberg, it was like me and two other colleagues who were at the January 6th outside. We were just having fun. Rosenberg, I know it's supposed to be traumatized, but like all these colleagues who were at the Capitol building are like, oh my God, it was so scary. I'm like, F off. Rosenberg, I'm like, come on, it's not the kind of place I can tell someone to man up, but what to be like. Come on, dude, you're not in any danger. This is his colleagues in the New York Times as well as other media people saying how scary it was. And he said it was all BS. Rosenberg, these effing little dweebs who keep going on about their trauma. Shut the F up. They're effing bitches. Maybe he's one of the few old school reporters left. Rosenberg, they were making too big a deal. They were making this an organized thing, and it wasn't. Rosenberg responds, well, I stand by these comments. Absolutely. That's when today's video came out, when James O'Keefe went to the restaurant he was at in New York. And he, I'll tell you, Rosenberg handled himself very well. He wasn't like most of the aggressive nut bars and, oh, my God, you're a jerk and you're a monster, and he run away. He just got up and he spoke to him for a few minutes, looked like at the table. And then, of course, James O'Keefe followed him outside down the sidewalk. He wasn't confrontational. It's, this guy might be the real deal. Project Veritas published a bombshell video on Tuesday showing Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter Matthew Rosenberg speaking about the events of January 6 in a way that contradicts his own reporting. Now, that's the part I have trouble with. I know everybody has to make a living, and I'm sure he makes a damn good one. And it can't be cheap living in New York. But, and he won a Pulitzer Prize. And as you see some of the videos here, some of the undercover videos, Rosenberg covers national security matters for the New York Times in an undercover video. There were a ton of FBI informants who attacked the Capitol. Yeah, amongst the people who attacked the Capitol. And it's this revelation is a break from Rosenberg's reporting on the matter. Well, he's got people to answer to. I'm not justifying what he did. I just know why. Where he characterized such a notion of FBI informants in the crowd as re-imaging of January 6th, and he turns around and says, oh, by the way, there are crap tons of FBI informants in the crowd. This is not the only time Rosenberg's commentary to Project Veritas undercover reporter directly contradicted his own published words. Despite telling a Veritas journalist that January 6th was no big deal, his article says that downplaying the events of that day was the next big lie. It was funny. He had some Project Veritas undercover videos that said now that COVID is starting to wane was going to be the next, the world is going to end thing. And the CNN guy said, well, climate change. We're going to start harping on that. And then they had the January 6th. Those two things. The Democrats think they're going to ride those things into the midterms. That they're going to blame Ukraine for all the F-ups from the Biden administration concerning gas prices, number one. They're going to blame Ukraine. And now they announced that they're going to be stop buying oil from Russia, which represents 10% or less of the imports that we have. So it's no big deal. This way they get to blame them. See, the supply is short. That's why prices are going up. Don't blame Uncle Joe. I'll tell you, Democrats are a lot better at this than Republicans are. And I'm going to scroll through this. I'm not going to read every word, but, it's basically just saying what he said before. Oh, my God, it was so scary. He's like, F off. These guys, like little dweebs. Here's what he called them, little dweebs. And then it shows, the history of Project Veritas. Now, there's a link on here. I do not work for Project Veritas, nor do I get any sponsorship money from them. I'm going to put this link in the description of the video, and if you want to donate, I donated when they got flooded out. I believe they're down by Long Island in a big flood late last year. And they built back better, but in a good way. And James O'Keefe, man, I got to give it to him. This guy's got a set of cooliones. And there's not many of those guys around anymore. And it looks like this Rosenberg guy actually, when you go to nail it down, is not really a bad guy. He's just stuck in this system that makes you lie. Now, am I saying it's okay that he lied and twisted the truth? No. That goes against every ethics of journalism. But maybe slowly but surely the crack is widening. And maybe finally, the New York Times and other media outlets. But the thing I want to emphasize at the end here is that the NSA, the FBI, with mainstream media, that is dangerous and wrong. That is more of a threat to this republic than any standing army of any country in the world or any economic sanctions they can put on us. This, in the end, will disintegrate the republic unless it's slowed down and then stopped. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.